As student athletes, they are expected to practice hard and play even harder. For the fans, for their school, and for their teams. Always aiming for a faster time, searching for the purest swing, striving for a better score, hoping to jump higher, run faster, or throw the perfect pitch. I'm gonna be a legend. But today, they'll be delivering a different kind of pitch. I'm going to be a champion. Hoping to score points with professionals in business and industry. All in the hopes of becoming a champion in business. This is SEC Startup. I'm going to be a legend. I'm going to have a wall in the Hall of Fame. I'm going to be a champion. Welcome to SEC Startup, presented by Regions Bank. I'm Jordan Rogers, the host for today's competition, and also a former student athlete and entrepreneur myself. So I'm excited to help navigate as the sports world and the business world collide. SEC Startup is a unique pitch competition for student athletes from the most cutting-edge conference in college athletics. The rules are simple. 5 eligible student athletes with viable business plans or active businesses will have 5 minutes to pitch their concepts to a panel of judges. And thanks to our friends at Regions, these student athlete entrepreneurs will be walking away with cash prizes to support their businesses. And while the SEC has hosted pitch competitions in the past, this is the first time the event will be televised. And we know, in the SEC, it just means more. And today is no different. The conference continues to set the standard on the court, in the field, and in the boardroom. So we've got our contestants standing by, anxiously waiting. But first, let's meet our panel of judges. From Auburn University and former Hooper, ESPN college basketball analyst, and businessman himself, Damian Fishback. How you doing?
I'm well, Jordan. Good to see you.
Looking forward to this?
Absolutely.
Hardwood, boardroom, any different?
Yeah, mixing it up a little bit. First time you and I got a chance to work together. Excited to see you quarterback a little bit.
A little nervous about the seating arrangement here because we also have from the University of Alabama, fashion designer Hunter Bell. Am I going to need to put Leroy between you guys?
I think we'll keep it kosher, but, roll tide. I'm happy to be here,
Roll
too.
Tide, there we go. War Eagle, got to get one in, got to keep it all even. I'm referee today, right? That's right. And, we had to bring in some brass, right? The real heavy hitter. So, Executive Vice President of Community Engagement, Leroy Abrahams from Regions Bank.
Jordan, thank you. It's great to be here, but I don't know that I've ever been called a heavy hitter.
All right, so we've got our panel. Appreciate y'all being here. So let's meet our first student athlete entrepreneur.
I'm Allison Tanner, high jumper, Auburn University. A lot of my story is about eventually becoming a medical retiree and overcoming a couple of surgeries, and facing adversity is something that happens in the business world just like it does on the track. And so I'm thankful for my experiences on the track and the things I learned to overcome and the things I learned to let go as well. The digital athlete is all about the team. It actually started because of people. When David Hollinger saw me going through injuries and saw David Edmondson going through injuries, it was actually us that made him think of the business idea. I think as we take it day by day, step one is to do our best in this SEC competition and raise $10,000. I'm Allison Tanner, and I'm here to introduce you to the digital athlete. Myself and my teammates, David Hollinger and David Edmondson, have built this business out of a love for empowering runners to reach their goals. You see, ever since I was 12 years old, it was my dream to compete in the SEC for 4 years. And while I was blessed to be an athlete at Auburn University, my time was cut short. My freshman year, I had an injury that led to a surgery, and as I was trying to come back, I was overtraining, and this led to another injury, another surgery, and 3 years later, I medically retired, having never fulfilled my dreams. To this day, I'm being affected by those injuries as I'm trying to get back into running and doing the things I love. But still, the worst part about this is that I'm watching people all around me experience the exact same thing. If only there were a solution where athletes could learn about their body's biomechanics and avoid injury and reach their peak performance. So we built the digital athlete to be the solution. It really is transforming your run using data-driven feedback and artificial intelligence. So it's an app where you can upload a video of yourself running, and we give you feedback on your biomechanics, tell you what injuries might be impending and what you can do to avoid those injuries. I'm going to show you a demo of how the app works. You start by filling out a profile, then you tell us the activity you're interested in and your level of fitness. Then you're able to upload a video of yourself doing the activity. When you upload this video of yourself running, we're able to give you feedback with a score on your run. This is based off of your arm swing, your foot strike, and your hip drive. Then we're able to tell you what injuries might be impending based on the biomechanics you currently have. And these recommendations are everything from the angles that you should be hitting when you're running to the shoes that you should be putting on your feet. So you can probably understand this is information that really is useful for runners at all levels. The Digital Athlete is accessible to everyone through its price and its ease of use. It all starts for us with a subscription model. Our users are going to pay $9.99 per month, and this is going to unlock a series of features for them. Today, we plan to raise $10,000 through this awesome opportunity. And then by 2026, we plan to have a user base of 50,000. That's going to lead us to a revenue of around $500,000. So let's take a run with the Digital Athlete. Check us out on Instagram, take a demo on our website, and let's do whatever it takes to empower athletes together. For now, I'm going to invite David and David to join me up for the question and answer portion.
Terrific job. I'll start. So you talk about what makes your product unique outside of your athlete market. For your non-athletes, I noticed you talked about trying to get to them a little bit later. What do you think is truly going to separate you from some of the other competitors that you mentioned to really be that hallmark in this industry when it comes to non-athletes?
Us here we're competitive athletes, but not everyone's like that. So our user personas is extremely important. This is for even everyday middle-aged people, from the mother of two who has to homeschool their kids and just getting a quick workout. So when it comes to that, that's how we're going to sort of market towards them.
And I would say too, what sets apart the regular everyday runner from the college athlete is their lack of resources. And so I think we can really play on that because this is so accessible to everybody, that I think that really is going to end up being one of our main markets, is that everyday runner, because they don't have a coach to send things to or a trainer to look at their biomechanics.
How long does it take to upload all of this information into the platform?
A lot of the technology out there, you have to go to a sophisticated lab, put on all these motion capture markers. It's time consuming. And so we wanted something that's extremely accessible to every person. So when you upload a video, it can only take a few minutes, even less sometimes, to get you your personalized feedback.
And how accurate is it?
Right now, some of the algorithms we're using is within 4 to 6 degrees of the joint angle accuracy of the hip and the knee. But we want to make sure that we're extremely rigorous in our testing.
How long do you think you'd have the first mover advantage if you could bring this to market?
I'll definitely say that about 2 years from now, we'll have a full mobile app ready to go. So by about 2026, we'll have that mobile app going, and then we'll accelerate it from there.
And of course, to keep that first mover advantage, we're going to have to look into keeping things private. You know, if our software is better than everybody else's, we're going to have to be rigorous in how we keep our software private as well, so that nobody can quite catch up with keeping things as fast on mobile apps as we've got it.
Now, Hunter may hold your ties against you, but I love them, by the way.
Thank you.
But Hunter, she was calling herself middle-aged earlier. She has,
I am.
even though she looks like she's still in college.
I wish I
but
was.
so this is your number one sell right here. I'm curious, Hunter, what are your thoughts initially?
Well, I'm a fashion designer, so I love marketing. And you mentioned brand ambassadors. Hearing what you say, like, it takes a long time to manage building that community. You have to stay on top of them. We're constantly trying to get brand ambassadors to wear my product, Hunter Bell, all the time, and it is a full-time job. So I think, you know, individually understanding which one of you will spend and invest that amount of time in marketing, it's going to be a full-time job.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to when we can take some time to pull together true logos, make everything consistent, build up our social media. So I probably will be the person that's handling the marketing when we get to that point where we can be full-time.
I tell you what, I love the idea, because I was just thinking of myself, a former athlete who, I try to run now, you know what I mean, to stay in shape, but like my groin hurts, like from an old injury.
You're
And I'm middle-aged, and so I feel like I'm like, wow, I would love to see what's going on. I think, Hunter, you made an interesting point, because I do a lot of brand marketing and relationships and ambassador programs when I'm not working my football job. And so early on, I think it'll be important for you all to understand or have a plan for how you leverage the ambassadors, because a lot of people out there with huge followings, they're very expensive. Is there a plan for kind of growing that ambassador base without having to pay or leverage a lot of cash?
For sure, we do have that, and we're tailoring it to other features like Coach Connect.
Okay.
Leveraging our connections with coaches as well. And then just for the everyday runner, we plan to do that based off of word of mouth as well. So that's going to be a target for us moving forward.
I know we mentioned earlier too how the market of the everyday runner is probably going to come a little bit later, and some of that might be because, say we have some coaches that pick this up and want to use it with their athletes. Like David and I were teammates in undergrad, and both of us had a coach that always take videos, and then he put me next to somebody on YouTube and say, look at you and look at her and compare them, and that's what we're doing here, except we put the exoskeleton on you instead of having to compare side by side. And so I think when a coach picks it up and they introduce their whole team to it, you get used to using it for 4 years. When you're an ex-athlete like yourself and you're saying, man, like there's always something bothering me, you know, they're going to go back to that digital athlete app and say, this helped me in the past, and now I can use this without my coach, you know.
Good stuff.
Great.
All right. Thank y'all so much.
Yeah, thank
Thank
you.
you.
It's exciting.
Nice to meet you.
All right, let's go for a run.
After the break, we'll have 2 more student-athlete entrepreneurs coming up.
I'm gonna be a champion.
Welcome back to SEC Startup, presented by Regions Bank, a student-athlete competition for aspiring entrepreneurs. Now let's meet our next finalist.
My name is Michael Moriarty, and I'm a mid-distance runner from the University of Missouri. Some things I love about, the relationship between the business world as well as athletics is you're constantly in competition. People always think of competition maybe in a negative light in business, but friendly competition exists too. If they're in my corner, our successes kind of go hand in hand. There's times in athletics as well as in business where you put in all this work. Before a competition or before a big presentation, you feel like you're ready. Everything is going to plan, and then all of a sudden, there's that one curveball. Something goes wrong, and it's just being able to adapt to bounce back and overcome those challenges. Hello, my name is Michael Moriarty, CEO of Eco Reuse, and I'm here to tell you about a game-changing opportunity in the market for sustainable living. With over 8 billion people on this planet today, the waste we generate as a society has been and will continue to be a growing issue. Every year when people move out of their residences, perfectly usable furniture is often left behind. This issue is particularly prevalent on college campuses, where students are constantly moving to and from their residences. I've identified that each year, college students throw away 640 pounds of waste per year, per student. That's the equivalent weight of a full-size grizzly bear. And this issue of weight is just as threatening and scary. And for me personally, as a triplet, all 3 of us going to the University of Missouri, when it was time to move out of our dorms, we didn't have room for bulky furniture items such as 3 mini fridges, 3 microwaves. They just wouldn't fit in our 4-door sedan. So we had to leave it behind. There was just no other alternatives, often leaving students to throw these items away. Students might have the option to sell it, but oftentimes they're met with a market of high supply and low demand, resulting in unsuccessful sales. That's where our solution comes in. Eco Reuse offers collection, refurbishment, and rehoming of these items. During our collection phase, we offer convenient, hassle-free scheduled pickups to our customers. Once we have these items, we take them in and assess the value, offering the proper cleaning and repairs for the rehoming stage. In that rehoming stage, we offer reselling these items to members of the community as well as students. And for those students like me traveling far away for their college education, we offer rental options so that they don't have to deal with the hassle at move-out. Currently, we are filling a need, and so our efforts boost campus sustainability as well as creates jobs. We look to hire and employ students on this campus to get them involved. And our efforts offer low-cost, eco-conscious alternatives to buying these items new. $154 million is the value of furniture left behind on college campuses alone. If we could tap into just 15% of that market, this value would be $23.1 million. And so you might ask, how are we making our money? Being in business for the past 3 years, our estimates show that one apartment or housing complex on a university campus could generate upwards of $4,700. And if you spread this across all the student housing on one college campus in College Town, that's upwards of $90,000 or more in value being left behind. So far to date, we acquired a beautiful warehouse space where we were able to take in more inventory outside of just the college move-out season. We've expanded beyond just college campuses, focusing on residential and apartment move-outs. And to date, we've done over $30,000 worth of profit, keeping over 1,000 items out of the landfill. We invite you to join us in changing the way we think about sustainability. Let's make a difference together.
Terrific job.
Michael, yeah, it was a great job.
Thank you.
Very good. The expense associated with the storage and then the repairs, walk us through a little bit of how you plan to manage that.
Partnering with the universities, that's where that comes in saying, hey, like, we have a solution to really impact the sustainability here on campus, as well as save them on dump fees, because universities like University of Missouri, they pay for everything to be hauled off. And so it's kind of a mutual beneficial relationship there, and just managing that cost. It'll certainly pay off if we could fill, those containers.
Michael, I love businesses where you're able to make income and impact at the same time, which is what you're doing. If you were to win this competition, how would you direct a lot of those funds to your business?
It hasn't been a lot of money put back into the business, and so as I look to graduate and move away from my college town, having the funds to give back the money towards those people that will be working under me, as well as the proper equipment and storage, just upping that advertising and just, outreach so that every student knows that this is an option on their campus.
How do you plan to expand? Because you talk about 4,000 campuses.
Yeah, certainly there's, that model of franchising. It's definitely a business where I see, if I'm not there putting in the work, that revenue is not going to come. So if I reach out to a student, it's not going to be, hey, you're going to get X amount per hour. If you're able to obtain this, you get X percentage of what you're making. So that's kind of the model of revenue that we would be working off of.
That's
nice. Great.
Thank you.
You're hustling.
All right, we appreciate it, Michael. We're going to see you again later, so hang tight. Now let's meet our next student-athlete entrepreneur.
I'm Ashley Sinclair Curtis, and I'm a member of the Auburn University women's golf team. One of the things I love is you never know what you're going to get. You show up to a golf course, and sometimes you make a force swing, and you find yourself in a tricky spot, and I love when my back's against the wall and I've got to make it up and down for par. I think one of the biggest challenges in business is being adaptable. In recent history, we've seen a pandemic, we've seen a financial crisis, and the companies that were able to adapt are the ones that survived. We experience a lot of the same things on the golf course. It starts raining on the 12th hole and you've got to get the rain gear out and trek on. The companies and the players that are adaptable are the ones that come out on top. Hello there, I'm Ashley Sinclair Curtis, a member of the Auburn University women's golf team and Chief Growth Officer for Excel Golf. Here at Excel Golf, we exist to solve one basic problem, and that is that golf is hard. It doesn't matter a player's skill level. We all want to get better, but not everyone does. And that's the problem we want to solve. Consider the following. There are 40 million golfers in the United States alone, but only half of them can break 100. And on the other end of the spectrum, there are professional and elite players striving for just a one-stroke improvement. So what's the solution? Excel Golf is the solution. Excel Golf is a cutting-edge golf stats app that provides personalized stats to the user, and it uses artificial intelligence to generate a personalized game improvement plan. Our team combines the knowledge and experience of elite players with backgrounds in statistics, data science, business, and IT. This is Ami's baby. She has brought me on recently to help grow the company. We launched our product in August of 2021 and have since grown to over 1,000 active users, all while being full-time students and athletes. Now allow me to give you a quick overview of our product in 3 easy steps. Step 1. A golfer records their shot data on the Excel Golf stat card. Step 2. After your round, scan the data by taking a quick picture of the stat card. Then step 3. Use the AI coach diagnosis to figure out what it is that you actually need to work on to get better. Most golf stat apps are intimidating, hard to use, and some are only for elite players. But Excel Golf is for everyone. It's easy to use, and we have testimonials from many of our happy customers, including the #1 ranked junior player in the country, and people like Jim, who credit Excel Golf for helping him win his club's member guest tournament. Now, our business model is subscription-based, with prices ranging from $99 to $199 a year for individuals, and year-long plans available for teams and organizations of all sizes. As it currently stands, we believe we can grow our estimated $35,000 of revenue in 2024 to over $1 million in sales by 2028. With the prize money from this competition, we will immediately be investing in growth by doing NIL deals with college players, touching base with college coaches, and putting a greater emphasis on junior golf marketing. So if you're ready to take your game to the next level, scan the QR code, download the app, and let us help you accelerate to better golf.
I need that. I tried to fix it with just buying new clubs, and let me tell you, it didn't work.
Obviously, I see Auburn on your jacket there.
Yes, sir.
How would you evaluate the ability to improve someone like an Auburn legend, Charles Barkley's game?
Chuck needs a bit more help than I have. But I give him credit. His game's come a long way.
Yeah.
It's so much easier in golf to go from shooting 100 to shooting 90 than it is to go from averaging 75 to 72 because there's so many more ways to improve. And so our app can give you just a simple guideline on what is going to help you get there the quickest.
How is this different than the Gen Score, the app that my husband uses to look at his stats? And, you know, he's a golfer, so if you can improve his game, I think happy life for me. That's great.
Yes, ma'am. I'm not entirely familiar with the product that you mentioned, but I know that what really sets us apart is the ability to scan the stat card at the end of the round. Because I know for several players, it's a hassle to go back through and try to input, your distance of every shot, where it went. You don't have to go back and try to remember after the round. It's there on the card. You scan it when you're done, and all the hard work's done for you.
The first thing that jumped out to me about your material is that you say we want players to have complete control over their golf game. So I compliment you on your aspirational. I don't know anybody that plays that feels like they have complete control.
Yes, sir.
But the product itself is about stats. It's not necessarily about the biomechanics or the technique so much. Is that right?
Correct. Yes, sir. It's all based off of strokes gained, and you can set a benchmark to your competitive level to know where you can improve to be competitive with the guys on the weekend or the guys on tour.
What are you facing right now to then get that number up? More people, more visibility?
Yes, ma'am. I think our biggest challenge is just not having a whole lot of funds for marketing. Because obviously it costs money to get customers and to grow the company. And we have several well-established competitors that have been around the game for so long that not very many people want to leave them because they know it works. They know it does what they want it to do. But what they don't know is that ours is better. So we just need a little money to kind of get the marketing push out there, do some seminars, and just kind of show people how great our product really is.
I'm going to need to download that. I might need you to throw up the QR code again.
Absolutely. We'll get that back up there.
Yeah, we'll just get this right in here, guys. I'll be working on my golf game in the break. Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Ashley. Appreciate it. And I'll let you know how my golf game improves over time, hopefully quickly. We'll have 2 more businesses coming up after the break.
I'm gonna be a champion.
Welcome back to SEC Startup, presented by Regions Bank, a student-athlete competition for aspiring entrepreneurs. Let's meet our next finalist.
Luke Carroll, pitcher, University of Oklahoma. I've always looked for opportunities. I'd say the first business that I started, I would go to the local golf course and take all the golf balls that were in the water, clean them, wash them, and then my brother and our friend, we'd all get up super early on a Saturday and go sell these golf balls. And so I saw like how much money you could make doing that. My first real business I started in high school. It was a fishing company. And that's where I really learned the foundation of being an entrepreneur. Let me take all those experiences, all those failures, all those successes that I learned from a young age, and then put it into this. And so I've been doing that the last 2 years. It's been very successful. There's also a lot of ups, there's a lot of downs. We just got to keep pushing forward. I'm Luke Carroll, co-founder of Side Coach Sports, which is a web platform that connects college athletes to youth athletes for private lessons. And so, many of you may not know, but most college athletes aren't on full scholarship and need a way to financially support themselves. Well, myself and the 2 other co-founders were playing baseball at the University of Oklahoma. We started giving private pitching and hitting lessons in the local community. And after getting our name out there, parents were approaching us, we couldn't keep up with this demand. And so we thought to ourselves, why isn't every college athlete giving private lessons? So what we came to was there's two main problems. One, it was extremely difficult for ourselves to get our name out there. And then two, once we built this connection, we found ourselves spending more time communicating back and forth when the lesson takes place, what time, what day, balancing around our academic and athletic schedule. So what we wanted to do was to solve this problem and bridge the gap from the college athletes and the youth athletes for these private lessons. Parents can go on to sidecoachsports.com and go on, make an account, and then see all the coaches offering lessons in their area. And then they can filter it by location, sport, and then university. And then from there, once they find the perfect coach, they can go in and actually book the lesson and then carry out the lesson from there. The coaches can go on sidecoachsports.com, make an account, upload their media day photo, their resume, and then customize each lesson that they want. So they set their own price, where the lesson is going to take place. After I developed this platform, I was like, is there really a market? Absolutely there is. And right now there's 870,000 prospective college athletes that would give lessons. And I personally reached out to 1,000 college athletes and had close to a 7% sign-up rate on our platform to this day. We believe there's roughly close to 60,000 college athletes that are wanting to give lessons right now. And so our current coaches that are active can make around $350 a week giving lessons. So yes, the coaches can make money on the platform. And then the other side is the youth athletes. Right now there's 60 million youth athletes, which makes a $15 billion market to this day. And so from our current parents on the platform that are using it, they're spending about $250 a month booking these reoccurring lessons with our coaches. And so what I found is a lot of parents are on Facebook looking for opportunities, and I've put together a sales strategy where I can filter all of the parents that are looking for the lessons, and then I can personally call them, build that relationship with them, and then get them to book. Because once they do one lesson, they're bought in, and they do these lessons over and over because they see how much it actually helps their kids and learn and grow. And so then it obviously allows us to be profitable. Our current status right now, we have a fully functioning web platform with over 300 users. We've booked over 400 lessons since November of 2023 and have generated over $25,000 in revenue. And so our break-even point to cover our operational expense right now is about 60 lessons per month. If I was to win this competition, it would go to a one-year operating budget. And so right now, it's about $6,000 to operate for the first year. So this will allow us to grow our operational budget as well as partner with Little League programs to expand our customer outreach. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome to the SEC, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. Super exciting.
Love the idea, just the ingenuity to be a conduit between the college athletes and then these parents and young people actually looking for the lessons is terrific. What is going to make that college athlete come to you versus them independently just opening up their own organization by themselves?
A lot of these college athletes don't realize that they can give these lessons. And so we're there to help provide them with that. I started giving lessons on my own. And so last fall, before I had the platform, I had the same ability time, and I was giving lessons, and I tripled my bookings using the platform just because my schedule was up. And then parents can go in and book me out for 6 weeks in advance. And so my lessons booking skyrocketed. And so that's what we sell to the coaches, like, hey, yes, you can do it on your own, but we verify you, we help market you, and then also your bookings are going to go up. So yes, we take a small fee, but it's more of an investment.
As a parent who would love this platform for her sons, they would get attached to you. You know, when your coaches that become these mentors to these young kids go away, how do you replace them?
Great thing is every 4 years, new college athletes are coming in. So yes, they might be able to work with this coach for 4 years. And then the great thing is these universities are always bringing in new coaches that these kids can work with and find another mentor and realize there's other coaches out there that can help them grow and develop.
Is the platform also where the payments take place as well?
Yeah, so we partnered with Stripe because we didn't want to have that liability taking banking information, so we're not having to deal with that.
What's the youngest age now for kids that will engage with a coach?
I've seen it from kids as little as 6 all the way to high school. Those little kids look up to the college athletes so much, And so that's why I just love being able to have this opportunity that kids have never been allowed to have before.
I'd have loved to have this because I trained a lot of quarterbacks right after I was in college, and I remember just texting a million parents and trying to write down my schedule, and it was just all so disorganized. I don't know how I managed to do it, but to have something streamlined and a great tool, we appreciate, and a really good pitch.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank you, Luke.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, Luke. We appreciate it. We'll see you a little bit later. Now let's meet our next finalist virtually, though. She had a little bit of a scheduling conflict.
I'm Leanne Wong, and I'm a gymnast at the University of Florida. I wouldn't say business and entrepreneurship runs in my family, but hard work definitely does. My parents are both medical scientists, so we share and collaborate with each other and make things happen. I also find a lot of joy in inspiring the young generation because through my business, I have a lot of interaction with them, and just getting to coach them at camps or meeting them at competitions. It just shows like the role model that I am to them, and it's just amazing to be in these shoes now since I was once that little girl looking up to the highest level athletes. Hi everyone, yes, I'd love to be in Birmingham, but I'm at the Olympic trials training for a spot on the Paris Olympic team. I founded the Leanne Wong Boutique in December of 2021, sold my bows on site for the first time at a competition, launched my business, and donated $300 to Toys for Tots to provide toys for kids in need during the holidays. In 2021, I sold over 10,000 of my signature and handmade hair bows. This orange and blue fan bow is one of my highest selling, and each bow has an LW in the bottom right corner and rhinestones. Not only do I sell my signature and handmade hair bows, but I make these leotards that I design, and for 1 year I sold over 1,000 of these leotards. And I also sell shirts and apparel that I make after I made a shirt for Trinity Thomas's birthday. We posted on Instagram, and we actually got tons of requests for this t-shirt. So I contacted the SEC, got the licensing, and started making these t-shirts. And most recently, I published My Journey, Trust the Process, and it's my book that I talk about how I reached the highest level of gymnastics, the highs and lows, and many life lessons learned. I'm also incredibly honored to compete for Team USA and inspire the next generation of young gymnasts. The night after we won the team gold medal at the World Championship, I got to talk to Michael Strahan on Good Morning America, where I talked about running my own business, managing my college courses, and how I helped Team USA win the 6th consecutive team medal. I always use my platform to give back to others through nonprofit organizations. So some of my most recent donations were to the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. I also love making a line of pink hair bows, which I put up during the Link to Pink Meet, which is a pink meet that raises awareness for breast cancer during our Gator season, and also during the month of October. So I will post up my pink bows and donate a part of my proceeds to Breast Cancer Research Foundation. So being a small business allows me to connect with my ambassadors, my fans, and customers on a very personal level. So seeing all of these young girls wear my bows and apparel has shown me what I can do to inspire others. With support from the SEC and collaboration with Regions Financial, I believe I'd be able to expand my business and create my own nonprofit organization to help give back to others. Thank you.
Leanne, first of all, you got a great smile, just like Michael Strahan.
Thank you.
So you look great in that picture. Who would be a mentor for you in entrepreneurship and in your business world?
Trinity Thomas definitely is a mentor in the world of gymnastics for me, but on the business side of things, I actually work with the founder of Hygo Apparel. She's been very helpful with my business and just been leading me all the way.
Leanne, I'm just so impressed. I can't imagine how you do as much as you do with books and gymnastics at such a high level and running a business. My question is around the cost of material to manufacture your bows. Can you walk us through what those costs look like?
It's actually fairly cheap to make a bow, probably under $1. But it's really the labor to make the bow. It has many steps, and sometimes it can almost take up to an hour to make one bow, especially if it's a custom order and we're trying to match a certain Leo or outfit.
Okay, Leanne, so nice to meet you. Congratulations on all of your success. It's incredible to see what you've already accomplished. What kind of success do you see, and how much more capital do you see coming in?
Right now, I don't think I really have a ceiling. Like I said, I have many different products that I sell on my website. I plan on expanding my business and getting my bows into other sports. So I'd really like to get into dance and cheerleading. But that would take some money to get into those competitions and have a table in dance or cheer competitions. And I would also love to start my own nonprofit organization because after we go sell bows on site or during a certain month, I like to give back to nonprofit organizations.
Leanne, we appreciate you taking some time away from your training. We wish you the best of luck this summer in all your success. We're so proud of you and happy that you have a chance to represent us. And when we come back, it's going to get real in here. Our panel is going to whittle down the group of finalists to the top 3.
I'm gonna be a champion.
Welcome back to SEC Startup, presented by Regions Bank, a student-athlete competition for aspiring entrepreneurs. Let's get right to deliberation, guys. What are we thinking?
Whew. My first comment was, this is an impressive group.
It really is.
And, you know, for all that they are accomplishing as student athletes to be tackling their own business, they should all be congratulated. Now, with that said, I know we're not just doing participation trophies,
right.
So this is going to be a fun conversation.
So what do we think about the digital athlete?
Allison's pitch, she came out, they were the first of the bunch, and I was like blown away.
Sure.
So I think if we're judging on, the pitch as well as the business, I thought she came out so poised.
I loved her pitch as well, not only because of the job that she did, the opportunity to really approach different markets, right? Whether those are current athletes, they talked about getting to other markets a little bit later, but even more important than that was her why. It stemmed from her own personal injuries. So her passion, I think, will continue to catapult her going forward in the future.
The one thing that concerned me was there seems like a technology component that they're really going to have to hone in on. What's that investment going to be, and how do they maintain that advantage, because they're doing something and they're going to try to do it for less money than what other people are doing. So we'll see, but I like them.
All right, what about eco reuse? Michael?
He's a one-man show, and I worry about how do you scale, how do you grow when you've got that much riding on you. It is really hard in today's time to hire solid individuals.
Right.
I mean, I'm just, amazed at how hard it has become. And so he's got to get the crew. He's got to get the right help.
I do love his concept, his idea. I think it would flourish across college campuses all over. But yeah, he's going to have to figure out how to assemble his team and try to get more help. As simple as that.
I like it because the problem he's trying to solve is a real problem.
Sure.
And whether or not he can assemble the labor to make it happen, that's going to be tough.
Well, now we get to a problem that I hold dear and near to my heart, my golf game. So Ashley Sinclair in Excel Golf. I liked it because it resonates a little bit with me.
I liked what she had to say. What I couldn't understand is that it felt like it was more focused on the stats as opposed to technique.
Yes.
How do you improve somebody's technique? How do you improve their swing? And I'm just not sure that there's enough differentiation between what she's providing and what's already on the market.
I'm not a golfer, but I think that was enticing to me to see your eyes light up and say, hey, how can you help me? I think there is something so fascinating about AI too. I'm curious to help her, get to that next level, to see if it could do what she hopes it could.
Yeah, I love the idea. I think that she's going to need a few strong, whether it's celebrities or somebody, to really carry the torch for her, because how is it really going to make me a better golfer?
Right.
So I think she has to continue to expand, clarify exactly how all of those techniques work. If she does that and then is able to show that with the right individuals, then yeah, she's got an incredible upside.
Because knowing my golf game, you can tell me where I should hit it and why I should hit it there. End of the day, I still need to be able to hit it there.
Yeah, true.
And if I'm not getting the coaching on that, I think that becomes an issue. So some good points there. Side coach sports, Luke.
I mean, I was excited about side coach sports only because I'm a mother of 3. I've got future little baseball players at home, and I'm not able to coach them. So I love bringing in mentors into their life. How do you keep and retain the amazing athletes that you have coaching?
I think it's a huge market, right? You're a mother. You
Sure.
talked about
Sure.
your 2 twins.
Yeah.
The question is how you keep everyone continuing to gravitate to that platform. For what reason, as a coach and as a client?
Leanne Wong. I mean, for starters, it almost seemed like 4 or 5 businesses.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the fact that she has time to handle all that she's doing as a businesswoman
Amazing.
and still be one of the best athletes in the entire world is completely remarkable.
There's an element here of it's very labor intensive. I mean, and that's part of the value prop is that these are all handmade. But you also think about the time, that element, and how do you really scale it, given that need for that handmade.
I think she mentioned
product.
an hour.
An hour.
So
Perfect.
if we're working an 8-hour day, that's 8 a day,
That's a
right?
lot.
So
Yeah, that's 8 a day. That's
scalability issues, possibly,
Yeah.
unless.
Sure. And understanding what the actual costs are associated with that. I think she has overcome some challenges that would come if she were to scale, meaning inventory issues. She spoke to that. She also spoke to, having to own the material in order to grow. So you own the raw goods and you also own the inventory in order to sell, not only in books. So she's addressed some hurdles that would come, which I like, but I just don't know if it's the right fit right now.
I love the fact that you said the right fit right now.
Yeah.
Because when you think about Florida and the Olympics and pre-med and the books, I just wonder how much time she's actually able to put into the business versus kind of her mother or someone else running the business. That's the question that I have, even though she's already proven to have some success.
She's got 4 more hours in her day than everybody else, I think. She's running a 28-hour day. I don't know.
A lot of questions still to be answered there, and I think, as we know, questions never go away in business. So for all of these student athletes, I think a lot of questions still to be answered, and hopefully we can fill in some gaps there if possible. So let's bring out our top 5 finalists and bring it down to the top 3. Credit to y'all, you crushed the presentations. We had 5 unbelievable pitches, 5 great business concepts. You should all be really proud about what you did here today. Made this decision very difficult for our panel here. Remember, thanks to Regions Bank, nobody's leaving here empty-handed, but we do now have to narrow it down to our top 3. Ashley Sinclair and Leanne Wong, you guys had amazing pitches, but you didn't make our top 3 today.
Yes, sir.
I want to thank you so much for being here. Your amazing grit, your amazing determination. I want to encourage you to keep going. Leanne, I just wanted to say it's an incredible competitive business, and it's insane to see your stamina from competing professionally and trying to grow multiple businesses. I'm just blown away by that. That is incredible. I commend you. The biggest thing for me with your business was the amount of time it takes to make the bow. It's an hour. That's a little daunting. You know, I'm a fashion designer and we've got to keep scaling, we've got to keep growing, and that means fast. Obviously, you want to keep quality intact. That was one thing that stuck out to me, and I'd love to see dance and cheer take place. I think that could really level you up, and I encourage you to pursue that. I would also encourage you to think about what the next bow is. But congratulations, amazing job.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
Thank you.
We're rooting for you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ashley Sinclair, this is extra difficult for me, from one War Eagle to the next. I did really enjoy your presentation. I thought it was fantastic. I left the presentation saying, I don't know how this is going to help me break 100, right? So I think you have to continue to work on clarity and helping, quote unquote, the casual or non-golfer understand exactly how it's going to work. One of the best ways that you can do that is find someone who could be a before and after almost. it's just so competitive in this space right now. You're going to have to continue to set yourself apart from the other competitors, and I think that's one of the ways you can do that, is having maybe a couple celebrities or somebody demonstrate how they looked before and then how they looked after using your product.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And you were the only ones that shook our hand, too, so that made it hard, too. Thank you.
You did make it hard. Leanne made it hard. I would tell you this. This is a super impressive group. And I'm not saying this because we believe in giving out participation trophies. We don't. But boy, you all deserve to be here. And thank you very much. And no one leaves empty-handed. So Regions would like to spend a little bit more time with all of you. Ashley Sinclair, you as well, Leanne as well, and we want to make sure that there's a little bit of a monetary motivation for you to continue doing what you're doing, because we think all of you have the opportunity to have very successful businesses.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So Leanne and Ashley Sinclair, you'll be walking away with $1,000 in support of your business to help you grow. Maybe some of these aspects and advice that the panel has given today, hopefully you can take some of that money and start to institute that. But your work ethic and your demeanor today told me, keep at it, because you're going to be successful.
Absolutely.
So, thank you.
All right, coming up, we will announce the first ever winner of SEC Startup and the student athlete that's going to walk away with $10,000 from Regions Bank.
I'm gonna be a champion.
Welcome back to SEC Startup. We're about to announce the first ever winner of this competition. And just as a reminder, you're all walking away with something. Remember, first place is getting $10,000 from Regions Bank. Second place will walk away with $8,000. And third place with $7,000, hopefully to boost and invest into your company to help you grow. So before we get to awarding first place and the final three, any final thoughts here or feedback from our panel?
You know, I've just had so much fun listening to your businesses, and I've been in this position before many years ago. But Luke, you really resonated with me. Having young boys, I've said it a few times, I would use your service today. My brain was spinning, thinking about different people I could connect you with, especially when you have dance for the girls, you've got baseball, basketball, and things of that nature for the boys. You know, my biggest worry is that what happens when these coaches could leave. They take side deals. You know, that is important to me. I would say maybe start a subscription model so that you are capturing that cash and that revenue stream and that doesn't go away. And be careful of having those coaches leave. Whatever you can do. I don't know if a non-compete is the right way to go, because you obviously want to make this attractive. Cast your net wide, network, and make sure that you and your other partners are out there really leveraging all that you can, because the voice and the recognition and the people talking will get moms like me investing in you.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Michael, I want to share some of my thoughts with you. First of all, I think that where we are right now as a society and the problem that you've identified is huge. And I think the creativity that you've shown around how to address this is great. I would tell you, as though you don't already know this is a really labor-intensive business.
Certainly. And
so as we try to address this issue and reuse things that are being discarded right now, it's a tough business. However, I do think that time may be right for this. So I would encourage you to keep going. And if you're the winner, or whatever amount you win, to use the money wisely in terms of how do you build out the labor force that you need to handle the kind of volume that you're going to need in order to grow and expand what you're doing.
Certainly. Thank you.
Yeah, I agree with both of those, Luke, Michael. Both terrific jobs, and now for Allison and the two Davids versus Goliaths, right? I would say that you all came out and set the tone immediately from the very beginning. Your presentation was fantastic. You worked cohesively as a group, as a team. And more important than that, is your why. They say if your why is big enough, you can overcome any how. And when you are attacking challenges and adversity through your business, you will go back to your why, and you will think about the injuries that you have. You'll think about helping others be successful like yourself through your vision of this product. And I think you have all the right things in place, but you're still unproven. And so if you are able to win, I think that's what you're going to have to do, is go out and prove that a lot of your thesis are able to actually manufacture success amongst other athletes.
Thank you so much. That means a lot.
All right, take a deep breath. You all did great. I think 3 businesses that are viable and have a chance to be really successful. But I think, as you mentioned earlier, there's no participation trophies, so there will be a winner. So let's get down to it. In 3rd place of the first ever SEC startup and walking away with $7,000, Eco Reuse and Michael. Congratulations, man.
Congratulations.
All right, now we got 4 nervous faces, huh?
I'm nervous. I don't know why.
And we know who wins.
I'm so nervous.
All right, so I think the winner of SEC Startup really showed a great combination of an unbelievable pitch, but also technology and a timeliness that really resonated, I think, with the audience that they're trying to capture. And so the winner of the first ever SEC Startup is the Digital Athlete.
Congratulations.
Congrats, y'all.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
First out the gate, really great pitch. I think it really resonated. The technology was exciting for us to hear about, and I think you can use this $10,000 from Regions Bank to really fine-tune that and start to target your audience and really grow your business very quickly.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Luke, I thought your concept was simply sensational. The ability to mix the need of parents all across the country with the obvious athlete who can provide that need is something that I think is going to skyrocket. I will say this, as far as other coaches potentially leaving, that's going to go into legal documentation, however you try to protect yourself, whether that's a patent or anything else. But if you can control that arena, I think your ceiling is through the roof. So I wish you the best.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Luke, this is almost the equivalent of rideshare for coaches, for youth coaches.
Yeah.
So if you can pull that off, that'd be great.
Thanks again to all of our student athletes. Amazing pitches. It was a pleasure to get to know every one of you. And thanks again for joining the first ever SEC Startup, where once again, the SEC proves it doesn't just dominate the world of sports, but also the world of business. And a big thanks to Regions Bank for putting all this on. We'll see you next time. Keep an eye on all those businesses. They're sure to be successful. You'll see them in the near future.